So, hi everyone. Welcome to Frisco MuleSoft Meetup Group. Today, there are a lot of presenters in this meetup, and we'll be presenting about all about automation. Um, I am Anubhav Mangla, Solution Architect here at Caelius, and based out of Dallas, Texas. We have two more actually organizers for this Frisco meetup. One is Lavina, and another one is Himanshu. Himanshu is also presenting today, and we'll be moving on to the quick introductions with the presenters. Also, we have a featured moderator, Paulina. I would want to hand it over to you for a quick introduction.
Yeah, hi everybody. Nice to meet you all. Thank you for inviting me today. I am Paulina Cajiao. I am originally from Spain. I live now in San Francisco, California, and I have been in MuleSoft for 3 years already. And previous of that, I was around 8 years in different companies and consulting firms on the Salesforce ecosystem. So I was doing Salesforce project and moving towards Salesforce architecture, and then I kind of jump into MuleSoft. Happy to be here and be able to contribute to the team today.
Thank you so much, Paulina. We are glad to have you. Thanks for volunteering. Today we have five presenters. These are top speakers as well, as recognized by MuleSoft community recently. So I would hand over the mic one-on-one to them. So Himanshu, starting from you.
Hi everyone, good evening, good morning, good afternoon. So my name is Himanshu. I'm currently working as a solution architect here at Caelius Consulting. And this was my introduction, but I'm just gonna little bit talk about how I've become a top MuleSoft mentor. So actually, I started my top like MuleSoft mentor journey at 1.5 years around back 1.5 years around, and that's where I have conducted a lot of MuleSoft meetups. I have become speaker on a lot of MuleSoft meetups based on like automations, B2B space, and also I'm actively helping out in the community. That helps me a lot in becoming top MuleSoft mentor. Yep, that's pretty much about me. Kiran, over to you.
Kiran, we are not able to hear you.
Oh, now you can hear me. Sorry, I pressed the mute button twice. That's how I unmute myself. Hi everybody. My name is Kiranjot. I'm based out of Dallas, Texas. I'm a solution architect with Caelius Consulting, and recently awarded as a top MuleSoft mentor. Um, and I had a privilege to deliver in person or virtual meetups and sharing my knowledge as a MuleSoft mentor with the community. And I am grateful to be the part of such an amazing community. Thank you. Over to you, Mehak.
Thank you. Thank you. Hello, everyone. My name is Mehak Garg. I am currently working as a solution architect at Caelius Consulting. I am a certified MuleSoft platform as well as integration architect. I have been working with MuleSoft since beginning of my career. Initially, I started participating in MuleSoft meetups and events just to learn and stay updated on the latest technologies. Over time, I began speaking at these meetups and leading events myself, and then I became MuleSoft mentor in 2023. And since then, I keep myself more involved in this vibrant community. Yeah, that's it. Thank you. Komal?
Hi everyone, my name is Komalpreet Kaur. I'm a senior solution consultant at Caelius Consulting and 3 times MuleSoft and 1 time Salesforce certified developer. Talking about my top MuleSoft mentor journey. So 6 months back, I became a MuleSoft mentor, and then I started contributing to the community uh, via speaking at the meetups and writing different blogs on various new products like ACB, RPA, and Composer. And recently, I was honored with this title of Top MuleSoft Mentor and became meetup leader as well. So I'm very happy to be part of this vibrant community. Thank you. Looking forward to have a great session today. Over to you, Jyoti.
Thank you, Komal. Hello, everybody. My name is Jyoti Chaubey, and yes, I started my journey as a Java developer, and then I switched to MuleSoft, and yes, my path is on till now. I was really honored to be selected as a 2024 Top MuleSoft Mentor, recognition that highlights my as well as all everybody's efforts. That was very thankful. Also, I have been an active blogger throughout my journey. And yes, a spoiler is I'm going to be presenting a new vlog soon. Stay tuned. Addition to that blogging part, I have been an active speaker in most of the meetup where I have shared technical knowledge, which I gain day to day in life. Also, I many times I attempted to provide solutions to many questions on online platforms and community. Also, the key feature being considering every effort you do in the community, it was a really exciting and enjoyable thing for me. So yes, that was effortless and that was a good contribution. Let's start with our session today. Over to you, Mehak. Sorry, you are not unmute.
Okay. Again, yeah. I hope I'm audible now.
Yep.
Am
Yeah.
I? Oh, okay. So let's start with a safe harbor statement. Both the speaker and hosts are organizing this meetup at individual capacity. We are not representing our organizations here. This presentation is strictly for learning purpose only, and we do not hold any responsibility at the same solution that the same solution will work for your business use case also. And this presentation is not meant for any promotional activities. Let's quickly check the agenda. So in this session, we are going to discuss all about automation. We will begin with discussing the key challenges that organizations encounter, particularly in terms of workflow inefficiencies. Then we will highlight how automation is the answer to all these problems. We will delve into all the automation tools that are provided by MuleSoft and how we can achieve end-to-end automation for a widely used real-time use case of auto management. We will discuss in detail about functionality of each and every automation tool that is provided by MuleSoft, starting from Composer, Salesforce Flows, MuleSoft RPA, and finally we will discuss about the very new feature provided by MuleSoft, which is Intelligent Document Processing (IDP), which is also the talk of the town these days. So stay tuned. Yeah. So let's first discuss the problem statement. What really is the problem nowadays in industry? We already have a lot of businesses and organizations using Salesforce and MuleSoft. The problem is in all these organizations, the IT delivery capacity is quite stagnant. It's really not feasible to for them to hire new staff or employees as soon as the demand increases. So most of the businesses demands for a easy accessibility in terms of IT capabilities. They basically want to empower their business teams to be able to do all the things on their own without being dependent on IT. So I think here comes the need of low code environments where business teams do not need to be dependent on IT teams to automate any business processes, any new processes, and fast processing solutions and automating the time consuming manual tasks is what they are looking for. Now let's understand why what automation exactly is and why it is the need of the hour. So automation uses technology to streamline any processes and perform any manual task or a predefined and repetitive task with a way lesser human involvement, and it eventually results in productivity and operational efficiency. Now the cost savings that are derived from automation, that can also not be ignored. Many big size companies and their surveys have mentioned that the operational costs at an average falls by around 30% for those who ramp up their processes using automation. It's also estimated that around 60% of the back office jobs, the administrative tasks, these can be easily automated. So basically, with automation, employees are empowered to do their job faster as well as more efficiently. Then they can also reduce the frustration of performing repetitive tasks again and again. And yeah, so this is where MuleSoft provides us very easy to use tools that automate our activities to achieve higher productivity at way lesser cost. As you can see, we have a complete suite of automation products. We will discuss all of these in detail in next half of the session. So here I will just be giving an overview of what tools we have. My fellow colleagues will be explaining the detailed functionalities of each of these tools in next half of the session. Starting from, we have anypoint platform where we can implement REST APIs and applications for integrating various multi-cloud environments and also on-premise systems. Then comes Composer, which has capability to connect to most widely used applications that are used on day-to-day purposes for business activities like Slack, NetSuite. We have Salesforce. So Composer is basically a no-code solution um, um, that can be very easily used by business teams. So then we have RPA, which can literally imitate human actions and interact with digital systems and softwares. Um, then we also have Salesforce flows, which can be used for internal Salesforce processes. Um, and it can also build code like logic without using actual programming language at all. So then at last we have the very new feature provided by MuleSoft, which is intelligent document processing, which is IDP. So basically IDP uses artificial intelligence to read unstructured documents, like we have images, we have PDF, and it creates a structured response out of these unstructured data. And now again, this is just an overview. Stay tuned for the details. Before going there, let's just quickly go over this real-time use case where we can understand how we can utilize all these tools in actual business scenario. So what we have done is we have taken a very commonly used scenario, which is this process is widely used in industry, which I think almost every retail business uses, and it goes through this process. So this is order management. Let's say I run a retail company. Say we receive orders from our e-commerce website. Then we have a REST API that is used to create these orders from e-commerce website to our OMS system, which is order management system. In this case, let's say it's a Salesforce. Okay. Now we also receive bulk orders from our regular customers via email attachments. Right now, currently, what the staff has to do, they have to manually read these emails and manually create orders in SF. This process can be very easily automated with the help of RPA, which will be triggering the flow as soon as an email is received, and the ITP will be extracting the data out of the PDF, and it will be converting into a structured way, and this data will be sent to the same REST API for further processing. Now, from Salesforce, these orders are also to be sent to NetSuite, which uh, for further processing, let's say for invoicing and other financial activities. Then this can also be automated using Composer, as Composer is very useful in data synchronization between these applications. Now, when the orders are created in Salesforce, we also might need to send a confirmation back to the customer, or let's say we want to confirm the warehouse that an order has received and you have to process it. We have to tell our shipping partner to start shipping the order. So here, all these complex business processes can be easily implemented using Salesforce flows, using the low code features of Salesforce flows. I would say almost 70 to 80% of business processes can be easily automated using this MuleSoft package of tools. Now, it's very important to understand how we can utilize each and every tool efficiently. So, for which my fellow colleague will be explaining all these in detail. Komal, over to you.
Yeah, thank you, Mehak, for great explanation. Yeah, so first of all, what is MuleSoft Composer? Okay, so it is one of the very wonderful product that is launched by the by MuleSoft, and it is used for effortlessly automating daily data workflows or any data processes. We don't need to worry about any complex coding and different sort of interfaces. So with the help of simple visual interface and mouse clicks, we can easily achieve automation and make our workflows working. So I will be discussing some key features related to MuleSoft Composer. Number one that I want to highlight is no code integration. So as I have already specified that we can simply automate our workflows that according to our business requirements, just using visual interface and magical mouse clicks only. Then next key point is user friendly. Composer is very user friendly. Even the non-technical person can also take leverage, and then they can use it easily without hiring any development teams. They can integrate one system with the another system very easily, simply with the help of mouse clicks. So we don't need to worry about hiring development teams and center of excellence teams, etc. Then we have real-time data synchronization. So Composer comes up with security as well. It securely make the connection or to different systems like Salesforce, NetSuite, etc. And we can sync data from one system to another system in the real time only. And this is how it is very useful to, and it is very easy to access and use and operate. So we can take leverage of MuleSoft Composer. Now I will be discussing about requirements and restriction that is very important to take to be discussed, like if we want to use this tool. So as the prerequisite, we must have to purchase MuleSoft Composer license separately, because if you have anypoint platforms subscription, then also you need to purchase MuleSoft Composer license separately. And after that, you can connect your MuleSoft Composer with your endpoint platform or your Salesforce org. So, but it is sold separately from the endpoint platform license. Another one is whatever the user that is going to access MuleSoft Composer, it must have access all the access related to which are required to for using the MuleSoft Composer. Then it comes up with some restrictions as well. For example, the maximum number of concurrent users that are being supported by in one organization is 25 only. And Composer is not currently available for mobile platforms. And another point that I want to highlight is connection sharing feature is not being implemented yet. Uh, from connection sharing feature, I mean that due to some security concern, MuleSoft has limited the exposure of connections across multiple users. Whosoever user has created the workflow, only that user can um, recreate or modify the connection, like change of password, kind of those things. Only the owner of the connection can modify the trends over there. Yeah, next slide please. So here are some key steps that we must know when we talk about composer based automation. Number one is flow creation. uh, First of all, we begin with designing a workflow that covers each and every step that is required for any automated process according to the business requirement. Uh, from simple to the complex scenarios. Then comes up triggering the flow. So it is up to us, like how we want to trigger our workflow. Do we want a scheduler based job, or we want to trigger our flow based on any CRUD operation? For example, we have salesforce. If we want to trigger our flow in case if any record gets created or updated for accounts in salesforce, we want to set trigger according to that, we can do that in MuleSoft Composer. And the another option is like invocation of Composer flows from any third party applications like advanced rest clients, postman, thunder client, etc. Then third step is data selection, which sort of data you want to transfer from one system to another system while connecting across different system. Next, next step is action execution. So how you want to execute the actions according to your business requirement. If like for example, if you want to do data synchronization, or like copying data from one system to another system, or any scenario, that any CRUD operation you want to perform, that comes under action execution. Then we have adaptable complexity. So Composer itself comes up with this feature, like it is a good option for different requirements. As I have already specified, it can adapt uh, simple and complex automation tasks. Yeah. So next. Yeah, now I want to tell you in which use cases we can use MuleSoft Composer. Number one is data synchronization across different systems. Uh, as at present, there are 14 connectors that are being that are present in MuleSoft Composer. Uh, uh, for example, Salesforce, NetSuite, Workday, Tableau, Google Sheet, etc. So we can synchronize data across different end systems, and very easily with the help of MuleSoft Composer. Like if you want to sync your data from Salesforce to NetSuite or any other end system, you can do the data synchronization very smoothly. Then we have integration. So if you want to boost up your sales efficiency, you can do ERP integration effortlessly with the MuleSoft Composer. You can close opportunities automatically. For example, uh, you are doing a lead conversion, and you are on the you are closing your opportunities manually, but with the help of Composer, you can, according to specific requirements that you can mention in the Composer, and based on that you can mark the status of opportunity as closed automatically. You don't need to worry about closing it manually. And you can also auto generate NetSuite orders with the help of MuleSoft Composer as well. Then another common use case is ticket system integration. So it is one of very common use case, like case escalation. For example, we can take example of Jira itself. So we can automatically create Jira tickets and send Slack notification to organize or prioritize sport cases uh, according to the escalations and emergency. We can do that as well. So fourth point I have already covered, that we can do we can do synchronization from Salesforce to Salesforce as well. Suppose you have one data source org and you want to sync account, contact, and opportunity to another to any of your other Salesforce org. You can do that very easily with the help of uh, MuleSoft Composer. Then it is very then the next one is triggering the alerts. So it is very important and a best practice, I would say, to send the notifications in case of success and error scenario. So we can achieve that with the help of MuleSoft Composer. According to the working of our workflows, we can send notification based on the success and error scenarios via email. We have email connector over there. So this is how automation can be done with the help of MuleSoft Composer. So that's all from my side. Over to the over to you, Himanshu. I'm sorry.
Okay, thank you so much, Komal. Before jumping onto the Salesforce flow, I just want to let the audience know that the Q&A section is active. So if anyone has any question with respect to any of our automation tool, you can post it there, and our team will try hard as much as they can to answer your questions. Okay. So jumping on to the another component of our automation suites, we have Salesforce flows, or we call it flows in Salesforce. Before directly jumping onto the flows, earlier I just want to let you know that it was introduced in 2012, and there were a couple of names given to it, like Visual Workflow, Lightning Flow, Cloudflow Designer. But from now onwards, they are calling it as flows in Salesforce, and it is used to like we can build these flows over Flow Builder. Okay, I'm going to quickly show you the UI part also into Salesforce, how you can create your own Salesforce flow. Just a short demo on that side. Before that, like now, what is Salesforce flows actually? Okay, so it's nothing, but it's just like what we create in our MuleSoft Composer. It's an automation tool which helps us to create automation scripts. We can understand or a series of steps through which automated tasks can be performed. Just like consider in one example, uh, you have gone to like a e-commerce website where you have placed your order, and that order is ultimately going to a CRM systems or maybe an OMS systems, like where they stores their orders. Okay, now you need a confirmation whether that order is accepted by the vendor, or is there any rejection, your payment is accepted or anything like that. For these kind of processes, we usually create Salesforce automation flows. Okay, let's say you got the Salesforce has received that order. In the back end, automate an automation flow will be triggered, which will ultimately sends out an email notification, maybe SMS to the respective customer that okay, your order is confirmed and we are going to deliver on this particular day. Okay, this helps to automate a very complex business processes. Okay, it can helps you to build complex automations on that side. And if you can see, I have also added one snippet there, that it is very like a kind of a GUI tool where anyone can go in. If they have access to Salesforce platform, they can simply drag and drop and put their logic behind that and create their automation flow. Okay, can we move to the next slide? There are a couple of types of flows, I would say. One is like I have already mentioned that in the screen flow, trigger or record trigger flow, schedule trigger flow, auto launch, and platform endpoint. I'm just gonna little bit quickly explain you about each and every flow and what is their actual purpose and how we can use them too. Okay, can we move to the next slide, please? Okay, first of all, stream flow. Okay, think of a scenario where you want a user to first fill the accounts detail, then it should automatically go to the contacts page, then it should automatically go to the case page. That's where we can make use of screen flows, because it enables the Salesforce admin to create custom UIs on top of it, or we can say it as page layouts. Okay, through which once you have, let's say, once you have entered the account details, it will automatically move to the contacts. Once you have entered the contact details, it will move automatically to the case. By this, what will happen is, once this process is completed, you will have all the data in one go. Like you don't have to jump into multiple pages by yourself. It will automatically move to the next page. Okay, next comes schedule triggered flow. It's very simple logic behind this was like, it's a job which runs every I can say that every regular interval. It's a periodic job. Let's say if you want to generate reports of all the accounts which is created in Salesforce every month, okay, then you can set the time, it will be triggered, and it can generate its report on top of it, and you can get the report out. And this will be all automatic, no one has to go and trigger that flow. Okay, auto launched, it's one of the flow which does not require any sort of like an external, like a trigger. Basically we can call it using our Apex processes, REST API, or there are other triggers also available in Salesforce. Maybe we can use that to call out this flow. Next, we have record trigger flow. So record triggered, by the name it says, like whenever there is any updation happening on the record, on the Salesforce particular record, let's say we have created a new record or we have deleted it, updated it, it will trigger a process which can helps and Salesforce admin or a business process to run in the backend. Let's say once account is created, you want to send out an email to the customer, okay, your account is created in Salesforce. That's where we can make use of these this type of flow. Again, last but not the least, we have one called platform event triggered flow. Whenever there's a platform event received on the Salesforce end, this flow will be triggered. Okay. Uh, Okay. Now, a couple of benefits with respect to Salesforce flows. We have standardized automation. It helps us to reduce the customization also. Okay. We can build once and we can reuse multiple times. Let's say you have created one automation flow, which is very common and very generic in nature. You can reuse it by calling out with other flows also. Okay. Ease of enhancement with versions. A good part about Salesforce flow is, let's say you have a business process for which you have created flow and its version is V1, and you wanna there's a one enhancement came up from the business side, you have developed another version on top of it, V2. Okay, now think of a scenario where V2 is not working as expected. Now you want to revert back to V1. It allows you to play with the versions to revert back it and to build a stable process. That's where it come up with like ease of enhancement with versions. Good part about Salesforce Flow is we have a flow marketplace where you can use third-party flows pre-built, because there are a lot of organizations who create a generic flows, I can say, or a business-specific flows where they place it in the flow marketplace, and from there you can reuse that. In Salesforce Flow, we have flow templates also, so that you don't have to develop the flow completely from scratch. You can simply go ahead, choose a template, and from there you can develop the complete automation. Okay. Heck, can we go to the next slide? Okay, basic flow features. So rather than explaining through a presentation, I'll just quickly share my screen and show you the Salesforce UI page, how you can access the Salesforce flow, and basic components from where you can, like from which component you can get which details, and based on the business process, you can design that flow. Mehak, can you please stop sharing so that I can share my screen quickly? Yep. Let me know if you can see my screen, the Salesforce page.
Yeah, we can.
Okay. Yeah. Great. Yeah. First of all, you need to have an account over Salesforce. One thing, prerequisite. You need to have a proper permission to create flows, and whatever object you are using, or let's say whatever the automation, based on that, whatever tools you are gonna use in that, you should have a permission for that. Okay. So just first thing, you need to simply go to setup page, click on that. You can search for flow. Click on that. Search for flows. Okay, and you can click on new flow, or you can use the existing flows also. Okay, simply click on new flow.
Is me, is this stuck?
uh, can you see it now?
Can you share again?
Yeah, sure, I'll just quickly share it. I'll just share my entire screen then, if that is an issue. Yeah. Yep. Okay, that's great. So I'll just reiterate once again. Simply you have to go onto the setup page. Okay, that's where you can search for the flow. Just quickly search. Okay, and under the process automation, we have flows there. Simply click on new flow, and you are onto the flow builder now. As I have shown you, there are multiple flow triggers. Okay, and from there you can initiate the flow, develop your own business logic on top of it. Right now, if you see, there's one more record triggered orchestration. Day by day, they are just adding more triggers on top of it. Okay, so you can simply select either of them. Let's say if I select schedule triggered flow, it's a very simple process. You just need to drag and drop, select the elements, set the schedule job, and according to your business process, you can develop it. I have shown one more thing there. Let me just open that too. So yeah, I have shown the elements and manager. Okay, based on that, we have multiple sections like what is which type of interaction we want, whether we want to call a subflow, whether we want to perform any action, or based on the data set, if we want to perform any logic, let's say iteration logic for loop, okay, or any choice condition. Based on that, we can perform multiple steps on top of it. Okay, so yep, you can develop the flow based on your requirement. I'll just quickly stop sharing. May can you share screen again, please?
Yeah, if Paulina can jump and then share her insight on the Salesforce flow, that would be great. Paulina, over to you.
Sure.
You can stop sharing. Or Mehak, you can share again.
Okay, I can do that. Just a second. Yeah. Is my screen visible?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep, let's talk about MuleSoft RPA. Before directly jumping into the tech, I just want to ask you guys the two questions that if you ever wonder that how much your team has spent time on the manual task and the repetitive task in a day. Let's suppose you are on HR team and you need to onboard 100 candidates in a day. and every candidate has sent their documents on the email, and you are downloading those documents and reading through those documents and onboarding those employees. It's a repetitive and time-taking task. Would it automate? Yes, definitely. With the help of RPA? Yes, definitely. The second question I have, when you want to unlock your legacy system or opaque system or desktop application and enable AI capabilities on top of it, or third-party integration like integration with CRM, ERP, these kind of integration you want to do with your legacy systems, then MuleSoft RPA is the best solution for you, for you guys. Can you move the slide a bit? Yeah, yeah, I just so how MuleSoft RPA works. So I just mentioned about the two use cases, like automating the repetitive task and unlocking the connectivity of legacy or opaque system. RPA is the best solution of it. How it does that, it automate the process by using bots, and you can actually mimic the human interaction with the systems through MuleSoft RPA components. Can you move to the next slide, Mehak? So let's discuss about the capabilities of MuleSoft RPA. As I mentioned, the unlocking the capacity, unlocking the potential of interaction with the legacy system or opaque system, RPA is the best solution. So you can actually automate the data entry out of it and pull it out of from the legacy system. Like you can see that I have pulled the information like policy number, insured name, expiration date. This kind of data you can actually pull out from your opaque system through the help of RPA. And the second use cases like data extraction from the PDF, web pages, and emails, etc. Like you can see, I have the data from this very complex PDF page. This would be very easy with MuleSoft RPA when you are reading a couple of documents, like as I mentioned, the onboarding of the employed. You can actually going through the documents, the MuleSoft RPA does that job for you. Can you move to the next?
Is
Can you
it moved?
click
Yeah,
on
I already did. Am I audible?
it? Yes. So
Yeah.
third use case, um, it's like downloading the document. So here in the picture, I yeah. Yes, it is moved. Yeah. Yes, you are audible. So in this picture, you can see that we have downloading the attachments from that email documents, and later we can process that documents according to our use cases. So recognizing the text, recognize the text, images and skills through OCR as well, capability of extraction through RPA. And when you think about it's a multi-system process, our solution. Can you move to the Okay, so here's the RPA components which can help you to automate your process end to end. First is RPA manager, recorder, builder, and bot. RPA manager would be responsible to manage your end to end life cycle of your bots, starting from the process evaluation. Uh, what I mean by process evaluation means, like, if this process is it's really you want to automate, which you can actually evaluate by your cost and time parameters. You have to mention your cost and time parameters, and then you can evaluate your process. And the second component is RPA recorder. RPA recorder is actually the speed up your automation flow, which actually records your activity and create the design workflows for you, which later you can build the actual implementation on that flows, and which will be deployed by bot and to actual mimic your end-to-end process. Builder is the tool where we are actually implementing the RPA processes. It contains templates or components like email reading components, extraction data from the web, or sending data to the REST API. So these kind of the components are available in RPA Builder. RPA bot is where you are actually running your process on RPA bot, where you can deploy in the test environment, and later you are deploying in the production environment, and you can deploy as many bot for your process. It's for the scalable purpose. Can you move to the next step? Okay, so this is the RPA lifecycle, where you would start from the evaluation, and then you will go to the design. And evaluation you can do with the help of RPA manager. Design, you can there are two ways to design RPA process. The first way is to do in the RPA manager itself, and the second way is to do in the RPA recorder. Like, RPA recorder is like you are clicking on every component you want to include in your end-to-end process. You just click on it, and it would convert into the workflows, and later you implement those workflows and deploy into the board. Later, the phase come build phase, where you are actually implementing that processes, and then testing, then production, then operation. And then there is operation slash monitoring. That is RPA manager is responsible for those phases of the RPA lifecycle. If you have any question about RPA lifecycle, you can ping me on Slack. I will answer on those questions. MuleSoft RPA. Yep. Over to you, Jyoti. And here is the most exciting part or exciting product of the MuleSoft. Over to you, Jyoti.
Thank you so much, Kiran. Yeah, firstly, before we move forward, I wanted to answer Kailash's questions. Can IDP or RPA extract tabular data? Yes, we definitely can extract tabular data, but we need to make sure one thing, that the fields that you want to extract should be present either in voice, in purchase order, or you need to create the prompts in order to extract. Yes. So yeah, are you also exhausted of hunting down the details from PDF? Like, where is the vendor name? Where is the transaction date? So yeah, let's IDP it and resolve it. Yes. So let's have a basic introduction of IDP. Imagine transforming unstructured document like invoices or purchase order into structured and actionable data effortlessly. That's the power of MuleSoft intelligent document processing. So coming to the introduction part, MuleSoft intelligent document processing is an integrated technology which is present in our MuleSoft anypoint platform. It enables efficient extraction of data, be it unstructured or semi-structured, such as invoices that we have or purchase order. It does everything using the AI part. AI is backed by Einstein AI, which is provided by our salesforce. So it is a user-friendly interface which allows us to easily create a documentation based on your choice, facilitating a seamless integration once you are deployed or published, in one sense, that document. So today we'll explore everything about IDP. So let's move toward the features that we have with IDP. IDP begins with document action, which is nothing but a multi-step process, a very easy one, which involves several AI engines that allows us to define document that you want to process, specify the fields that we specifically want to process, such as if there is something like tax written on the PDF and the prompt is not added to extract that, you can add the prompt explicitly and you can extract that. Then coming to confidence score part, which was a great technology part, which was added to IDP. The confidence score that indicates extraction accuracy. For example, if we consider 100% score for any specific field, we'll take it as completely accurate, while 75% would be considered as suggestion needed. 25% would be 75% would be suggestion part, and 25 would be an error part. Then we come to human intervention, wherein if a document is having a very low confidence score, it is flagged off and the human review is needed to be taken care of. Other features being prompt, as I said, prompts are basic queries or sentence that is used for extraction specifically of any specific data, and our IDP is based on that knowledge itself. With that scenario, uploading to any of the UI, IDP UI, we just have 8 MBs of file upload available for now in the present scenario. Additionally, the file formats which are accepted in IDP are PDFs, PNGs, and JPGs. Let's move toward the steps involved to create a document on IDP. Yes, considering a UI is present, anypoint platform, you are landed to anypoint platform, you need to navigate to IDP in anypoint platform and then select the document type. Either it can be an invoice processing, a purchase order, or a generic PDF. So you just need to create, give a name, give a description, upload a sample document, define the extraction criteria, define if any specific field that you want to extract using a prompt, like to extract a tax number. What is the tax number present? If already not present, making sure. Then we need to add reviewers and then publish the document for the further use. For the document requiring a flagged off base, which would be due to missing fields or due to low confidence score, then it would be flagged off to the reviewer, which we have added. Once all these setup is completed, we are ready to use it. And one thing that we need to make sure is you have the connected app set up with defined permission, which is document processing. After this, we'll be processing it using RPA. So RPA, once you have published everything, you are ready to use it via your Mule API or your RPA builder. So RPA builder, we have 2 tools defined for IDP. First one is for document, submit document to mulesoft IDP. The specific name is this one. And the second one being retrieve result from mulesoft IDP. So we need to firstly define the configuration. Once you have published it, you'll see the action available there. So you need to select that specific action there, whichever you have defined. And once, I believe that's the RPA part. RPA, yes. Thank you. So once you have defined everything on Exchange, you are ready to use it with the connected app. You need to provide the client ID, client credential, the access token, the connected app configuration, the action step. You need to choose whichever you have published just now in the Exchange IDP. And yes, the minimum time which it takes to process in, like, we can consider it as maximum also. So it's 10 seconds. And yes, you can either have a sleep allocated for all the document processing. Once you submit it, it will take few time to process it, and then you can fetch your JSON payload using a retrieve result from MuleSoft IDP. So you can either have a retry applied to your logic, or you can have a sleep configured in order to fetch all the details. So yes, this was all the interesting part that we have told you about all the technologies which are involved in a use case. And one thing which is left, this is just a beginning. Today's session was the first part of our exciting series. Yes, this is an exciting series. And in our next meetup, we'll be diving deep into real integration, showcasing the live demonstration of whatever we have shown today, concept to live. We'll give concept to life and a live demonstration. So stay tuned to dive deep into advanced techniques and interactive session with all of us. Yes. Yes. So let's take some questions, I believe. For generic documents, the tabular data is extracted via prompts. Yes, you can definitely extract. And one thing that you may need to make sure is you can have only 30 prompts for a document that you created. Kailash. Hope I answered your question. Yes, the document is completely secured. No external things are applied. It just uses OST extract and AI Einstein technology backed by Salesforce. So we are secured with the data part. And yes, how is this confidence score arrived? Yes. So in our IDP, we have definite fields defined there, and we have a confidence field below that field. So whenever you provide a sample document or your working document to IDP, it'll try basically to extract all the fields, and it'll provide that confidence score below it. So that is defined by how much it is capable of extracting those details. Yes, I hope I answered your question. We'll be definitely showing everything in the next demonstration. I know we must have a lot of questions, but you're definitely going to love demonstration part, which we'll be showing in the next series. You can definitely download the logs from RPA itself if you need anything related to it. If we have a tool, we can definitely have a logs present in the RPA, and same for MuleSoft API. Log search, which is available in RPA Builder.
Jyoti, I guess I can take this question. Do we get a trail access for IDP? Rahul, you can contact in the MuleSoft community to Sabrina, and maybe she can provide you the trail account for that. Yeah. Next question, do you want to take, Jyoti?
Yeah, sure. So Tony, yeah, a good question. This was a good question. I mentioned in this. Maybe I mentioned in this presentation itself that confidence score, you can also define that confidence score that yes, for the vendor name, I want 85% or I want 95%. So you can define the schema itself there. You can consider it to be a RAML where you can define the confidence score. So considering one field, you can define the confidence score. And if the confidence score is not met, you'll need to review it. That's what happens in IDP. And same for the prompts. You can define confidence score for prompts as well.
you can always correct after it's set up. So after the IDP process the data, it will give you a score, and like you can always like modify and adjust the information.
Yes.
Yep.
What we do with Ramal also,
Yeah.
publishing new version every day. Yeah, we can do the same thing here.
For the additional questions, you can Slack us, and I believe we are over time, so we can wrap up this meetup.
You can find all of us on LinkedIn too
Yeah.
for any further queries. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you so much for joining.
Thanks,
Thank you.
Goodbye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, team. Thank you, Paulina.
You guys.
Thank you.